All right, we're rolling. All right, first of all, give me your full name and spell your last name.
Barbara K. Webb, W-E-B-B.
And Barbara, kind of walk us back a little bit in time, if you will. Sort of a then and now type of thing, a before and after type of thing. Where were you before you found the Salvation Army and the Pathway of Hope? What was life like for you?
It was a struggle. I was at a very low point in my life. Single mother, 2 children, just moved to Kansas from Missouri. First actual move outside of the state that I was born and raised in. So this was a big step for me. I was pretty much went into this decision not knowing exactly what I was going to be running into. But I did run into quite a few financial problems when I moved here. It was hard. So I decided to come to the Salvation Army for help.
Had you heard about the Salvation Army and the programs before, or did you just say, well, here's a familiar building, I think I should go there?
I actually heard about it before. I mean, even from Missouri, I know that it's an organization there. So I knew that there was an organization that could help you financially, well, actually I only knew that it was at that time I knew it was a financial help at that time.
Can I ask the circumstances of your move? Did you have children at the time? Did you decide was it a bad situation in Sikeston, or?
Yeah, it was actually, I grew up in Sikeston, born and raised in Sikeston, yes. And I just felt like I was at a standstill. I worked a job for over 10 years. One of the top paying jobs in Sikeston, Cott Beverage. And I was at my wit's end. I felt like I couldn't grow anymore. And my children, I felt like there wasn't much of advantage for them there as far as sports. I wanted to keep them off the streets. I felt like I've seen so many children in that area where it just wasn't any opportunity for them. So I was like, I don't want my children like this. So I decided to move to Kansas because I felt like there was more of a better opportunity for them there.
Did you throw a dart on the map and say Topeka, or how did that happen?
Well, Topeka, they have cousins here. They have some family here. So not me. I didn't at the time, but they did.
They did. So it was, and your children are how old now?
12 and 7. Well, she'll be 7 in June, so 12 and 7. Yeah.
So how did they react to all of this? I mean, what was their feeling about all this?
It was mixed. They were leaving the family behind, but then again, they were pretty excited about a new area, a new start.
Right. So when you came here, how long ago was that?
I came here in August 2014.
So that's that's three years ago already. 3 years now.
Yes.
What was it like when you walked into the door of the Salvation? You found the Salvation Army.
Found the Salvation Army.
I mean, how were you feeling at the time?
At the time, I was feeling. I felt like I didn't have any hope at that time. I was at the bottom. I had bills due that I couldn't afford to pay because I didn't have a full-time job at the time. Was on welfare, on housing. I was living in a housing unit, public housing. I just felt like really I was just at my wit's end. I didn't really know where else to go.
Right. And so you walked into the Salvation Army and kind of walked me through what happened after that.
I walked into the Salvation Army and I talked to Tim, and I asked for some assistance with my light bill. I had a light bill that was past due, getting ready to get cut off, and he talked to me, and it was more than just okay, well, we'll help you. He actually empathized with me, and he actually asked me about where I come from, what type of education I had. I never had anybody ask me something like that. He asked me because he said I sounded intelligent, or I sounded like I had an educational background. So he was just like, how I understand that we go through these hard times. He's like, and that's what we're here to help you. He assured me that they would help me. And he asked me about my just what my goals were in life also. He kind of opened the door for me to talk to him about my situation. And so he made me feel very comfortable, and I felt like that they would really help me. And they did. They helped me. They paid my light bill. But not only did they do that, but they gave me an opportunity to join Pathway of Hope.
So he seemed genuinely interested in you, just not in paying your light bill.
That's right. That's right.
That was that was the reason you came in, but you came out with a lot more. Apparently.
Absolutely.
Talk about that. This Pathway of Hope, for people that don't know, kind of explain that to people, maybe the people that are in your situation right now that might be afraid to walk in that door.
Well, it's definitely a welcoming program. When you get there, they don't make you feel like you shouldn't be at your lowest point. They don't make you feel like this is your fault. They actually make you feel like they are there to help you. They empathize with me. I met with Dina, and she pretty much explained to me how the program worked, and she just let me know that they were there to help me. She helped me make goals. Had never made goals in my life. Short-term goals, long-term goals, where I wanted to be. The situation that I was in was totally different from where I was at in Missouri. So when I came here, I started from the bottom, and they helped me to get from that bottom to where I am now.
How long did it take? And how tough was this process? I mean, did it, oh yeah. Kind of how long did it take for you?
Actually, it didn't take very long because I met with Dina every month, and she helped me to make goals, short-term goals and long-term goals, financial situations that I was coming across. We crossed those hurdles as they came. So I'd say maybe 4-5 months. I had a job. I was out of the housing unit. I was into my own home, and it wasn't financial. It wasn't a financial help. It was just them being in my corner and helping me with my goals to stay focused.
Along the way, did you learn something about yourself that you didn't know before, perhaps?
I did. I learned that I had a lot of strength that I never did have. I felt seriously. Yeah. Seriously. It was some inner strength that I didn't know I had. And I'm sustaining. I'm moving up. I'm not back to where I was. I am constantly moving up. And even though I'm not in the program no more, I look at what I went through during that program and how she helped me, and she even offered me to help on the board of the Salvation Army. So this is just, I've never done this. I've never helped, and seeing how this company helps people, out in the world and on the streets, it's just amazing. It's amazing.
It's just not just a sign in a canteen truck.
Right. Absolutely.
And tornadoes or whatever.
Yeah.
Or fires or whatever. But you had your own personal fire. You needed you had your own personal emergency.
Yes,
apparently.
I did.
This Pathway of Hope was the remedy for you.
That's right.
Not for everybody, but for you.
For me.
Would you recommend this to people in your, in a similar situation?
I would definitely recommend Pathway of Hope. Yes, I will. Anybody that is going through what I went through, or maybe not as bad as me, or may be as worse as me, I really recommend it because I know that it would really help them.
So how'd you get this gig? You got a state job. Well, sort of. Let Farmer Jones pass here. That's a big mower.
Yes, it is.
All right, so how did you get this gig?
Well, I applied through West Staff. West Staff is a temp agency. Another one of Dina's recommendations. She was like, try West Staff. If you need a letter of recommendation, I will give it to you. She actually helped me to get on through Cornerstone, which is a job, or I'm sorry, it's a housing program that helps you for 6 months, transitional housing. She gave me a referral to them. I was there, completed my program. After the 6 months, I'm in a permanent home now. All of this is with Pathway of Hope. It was really, really good, really awesome. But as far as this job, As far as this job, I started out temporary through West Staff, and then I worked there from May until December, and then December I got hired on full time through Maximus, which is the contractor through the state. And right now I have my application in for a state position, so I'm looking forward to that. Switching over to state.
A statey.
Yes.
Wow.
They are hired.
For life. It's tough to get those state jobs. Believe me,
Yes.
I've tried. Anyway, well, anything else you would like to mention? How are the kids doing now?
Yeah.
How are the kids?
They are doing really good.
Good.
They like school. They like the area. They like to do things that are involved, like the community-wise. They like to do things. We try to do as much as we can with the community, but they're outgoing like me, so they're doing really good.
You have any pictures, photos of you
Sure.
and children?
Yeah, I think I do.
Can I have some?
Sure.
Will you share some?
I can send
Email
them.
me some?
Definitely.
I'll give you my card
Okay.
if I have one, or I just give you my email. Now here,